No,
No,
sir.
Then
sir.
suddenly communication stopped. Communication was stopped suddenly. Huh. So tell me, out of the syllabus of half yearly, is there anything that is yet to be done?
So we hadn't discussed which type of formal letter is to be coming in half yearly.
Yes, sir.
See, when we say formal letter and when we are not specifying anything, okay, first of all, we are not taking letter to editor. Okay, this will not be there. Is this thing clear?
Yes, sir.
Letter to
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
editor
sir.
is not there.
Yes.
Whenever it is about formal letter, the first thing that comes to your mind is a letter to editor, which we are not covering, which we are not taking up in this exam. Now, what kind of formal letter it could be? So, what kind of other formal letters are there? Especially a business letter, a letter of inquiry, like you're writing a letter to some organization or some company, some firm who deals in particular kind of objects, and you're asking for the details of those things, whichever you need. So asking for details, that is the letter of inquiry. This is also a formal letter. Then once inquiry is done, once all the details are asked, sometimes you write a letter to place an order. That again is a formal letter. Sometimes it happens that you have placed an order, you've already placed an order, but due to some reason, that can be from your side, that can be because of the delay from the dealer's side, whatever be the reason, you write another letter to cancel that order. Got it? Now,
Yes,
one formal letter can be you are working in an organization and you write a letter to some authority of some other organization where there may be some issue, some matter related to some sort of business deal, some sort of business support. If you're writing a letter from one organization to another, that also is a formal letter. If you as an individual, like you are a student of 10th class, you are a resident of Yale colony or a or Sada colony or Raghugar or whatever, you are an individual. Now, in the capacity of being that individual, if you are writing a letter to the authority in some organization or some government department, then again it is a formal letter. Now, what kind of authority, what kind of government departments are working around us? So one is municipal corporation, one is electricity board, okay, one is police control. So if for some reason you are asked to write a letter to the electricity board, that is also a formal letter. If you are asked to write a letter to municipal corporation for some kind of support that you need, some kind of service that you need, or your locality need, your society needs. So when you are writing, that again is a formal letter. If you are being troubled by somebody or something, or maybe something going on around you, and you want to complain, where would you complain? You would complain to police. So if you're writing a letter to them, that is also a formal letter. As an individual, if you're writing a letter to the principal of your school, that is also a formal letter. So these all are formal letters based on various situations. And because none of these is something that is not known to you, or that you have not heard of before, so I think nothing was surprising for you. You would all have heard and done something somewhere at some point of time related to all of these things, right? Is there anything out of what I just mentioned that is new to you, that is not known to you earlier? I've just shared some situations. Sairam.
Sairam sir.
Sairam sir.
सायराम तो बड़ा अच्छा रेस्पॉन्ड करते हो, मैं पूछ रहा हूँ उसका भी जवाब दे दो.
Yes, sir, we've heard these kind of letters written to anyone.
हाँ, fine. Is there anything that you have not heard of earlier? जितना मैंने अभी जो आपके साथ शेयर किया, जितना हमने अभी डिस्कस किया, do you find something which is new?
So
So we have
complaint to police.
written letters to the municipal corporation and also the principal, but inquiry one is something we are
Okay,
hearing.
okay, fine, okay, fine. Suppose, who was talking to me right now? Anushka. Suppose Anushka is the head girl of our school, and our school is planning to hold an inter-school drama competition where teams from various schools will be participating. Okay. And if this competition is to be held after a month or so, maybe next month, and Anushka has been given this responsibility by the principal to arrange everything. Okay, she will be arranging and managing this event. Then principal asked her to make a list of all the things that are required for this competition. Once she gave that list, she wrote so many things that we need this kind of furniture, we need this kind of tents, we need this kind of music system, we need this kind of sound system, we need this kind of lighting system, we need this many mics. She has given a list. Now principal said, you do one thing, all these things are to be purchased. Now find out a dealer and inquire about the costs of all these things and the time required for the delivery and what maximum discount they may offer. So write a letter to some 2-3 dealers nearby or maybe to other cities and ask for the availability and the cost and the discounts offered by them. Now Anushka will write a letter to these companies. She does some sort of research that there are 2-3 dealers nearby, or maybe one in Guna and 2-3 in Indore and one somewhere else, Gwalior or Bhopal. Then she writes letters to them. Okay. When she writes a letter, she asks that we at this school are planning to have this kind of competition, and for that we need following things. Now tell me if you can supply all of these things. Are all of these things available with you? How long will it take for you to make these things available for us and to deliver at this address or at this place? And what are the costs? Kindly send the complete brochure or kindly send the complete information, all the details about these things, and what maximum discount can you offer to us? Okay. If you write such kind of letter, that letter is a letter of inquiry. Am I clear, Anushka?
Yes, sir.
Anything else? We'll practice all of these. It is just for introduction. Don't worry.
So these letters inquiry one mostly include questions only.
Yes, inquiry is question. What does
Hmm.
inquiry mean? Asking questions. Trying to gather some information from somebody. That is inquiry.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
We are specially, acha, according to the syllabus of CBSE, the revised one. Can somebody remind me what are the things in the writing section? One is formal letter, as you just mentioned. One is
Yes, sir.
analytical paragraph.
Paragraph writing.
Okay, what else?
Short story.
Short story. Short story is there in 10th class.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So, because out of these three things, two you are already aware of, there is one thing which is new, and if something is new, concentrate more on that. And perhaps we have practiced twice, means two
Sir?
illustrations were shared in the previous class, and we have discussed about those two illustrations. Okay, so concentrate more on that. Yes, Jessica.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, in the syllabus of IFPLE, short story is not mentioned.
No problem. Include that.
Okay, sir.
Include that. Perhaps when we were discussing in the previous class, I asked you to read out everything that is given in that, and there were one or two things. Perhaps one lesson was also there, which is not Lake Isle of Innisfree. Somebody told me that it is mentioned in that, whereas no, this was about 9th class, and I am in 10th class right now. It always confuses that which class I'm talking to. This is 10th class. Okay, so this did not happen
Yes,
to your.
sir.
This didn't happen to your class. This happened in the 9th class. Okay, but yes, if there is something which is there, whereas it shouldn't be, then it can be removed. It can be ignored if something is not there, because story writing is always, when we are talking about 10th class, because I still forget that you have come to class 10th. I still sometimes forget and start talking to you as if you are students of 9th class, as I taught you last year. So fine, coming back to my conscience, coming back to my senses, let me consider you as 10th class students and talk to you. So forget about the other things. For the moment, for half yearly examination, concentrate on analytical paragraph. I'm talking to both sections together. Okay? Concentrate on analytical paragraph, and story writing is always there. It is in your syllabus, always there. But because it has not been mentioned, no problem. Only formal letter is there. So for formal letter, for this examination, concentrate upon letter of inquiry and forget about other letters. Have I made the thing clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Analytical paragraph, first of all. Second thing, formal letter, that is letter of inquiry. That's it. That's it. Okay. Remaining things we'll take up after this half yearly examination. Okay.
Okay.
So I hope now there is no confusion and no tension. Here I would like to give you another tension. What is that? The tension is your question paper is divided into two parts, that is told to you already. One is in the Google form, which is multiple choice, and another one is subjective, where you are supposed to write detailed answers on a piece of paper, scan it, convert it into PDF, and mail it to me, send it to me. This will be the mode of your examination. The question paper is going to be of 40 marks. 40 marks are divided into two parts, that means 20 and 20. I'm talking about English. Okay? Only English. That division can be different in different subjects. So we are having 20 marks question paper in Google form, which will be completely multiple choice. Now what is going to be there? So you will get 2 questions of grammar of 4 marks each with 4 options in each question. That means a paragraph is given with blank spaces, gap filling. And for each blank, there will be 4 options in 4 questions. You will simply have to click or select the correct option. Then the next one is reordering sentences or reordering words and phrases in a sentence to make it a meaningful sentence, which you call jumbled sentences. So there will be 4 jumbled sentences also. Once you are done with this, the next thing will be 6 questions based on literature from prose or from poetry, from this book or from that book, wherever, out of the lessons that have been told to you. Somebody was asking about the lessons from supplementary reader also. Okay, so first 2 as it was answered by another student from supplementary, and some lessons from your first flight, and some poems, 4 poems rather. So questions of 1 mark each from literature, 6 questions in Google form. Now in Google form, you are not supposed to write an answer to that question. You are again supposed to select the correct option out of 4 given with each question. So these 6 questions from literature will also be multiple choice. This is something new. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then there will be 2 extracts. Extracts can be from prose, can be from poetry. Extracts. Okay. 2 extracts of 3 marks each. Again, multiple choice. So 3 plus 3, 6. 6 from literature. Okay. 12 and 8 grammar. 20. That's it. Actually, what is suggested by CBSE is reading comprehension also. Multiple choice. When we were talking about the syllabus, if you remember, I told that there are 2 paragraphs, 2 unseen passages, multiple choice. And I thought of giving that also. I have already selected 1 paragraph for unseen comprehension section. And then I thought of giving it, but I dropped it. The reason is there will be a passage. You will read the entire passage, then you will scroll it, then you will get question number 1 with 4 options, then question number 2 with 4 options, question number 3 with 4 options, and so on. If it is of 10 marks, 10 questions. If it is of 8 marks, 8 questions. And where is the paragraph? Already scrolled up. Then scroll it down, find it once again, look for the entire paragraph, and then come to your question and then answer. So it will be a little tedious or difficult job for you, but practice for this, because whenever we have next examination, I will give. This time I decided to drop it, but next time I'll definitely give. Okay? So giving an entire unseen comprehension passage for a Google form, and I doubt that there are many students who are attending classes or maybe attempting for half-yearly assessment also through mobile phones. So on the small screen of a mobile phone, it will be quite difficult for you to do this kind of exercise. So I thought, let us not have this time. Okay. So other than that, whatever was suggested by CBSE has been taken in Google form in multiple choice section. So that is of 20 marks. Remaining 20 marks, again, as I said, in Google form, there will be 6 questions from literature section. And if these 6 questions are multiple choice, that means you can understand one thing very well, that it is not going to be that simple. It will be confusing maybe. It will be from anywhere in the text. If you read the lesson once, that may not be enough. If you read the lesson twice, that will be enough if you understand it thoroughly. If you don't read it once again, read it 2-3 times. Be clear with every single line. Be clear with every information, every single piece of information given in your lessons. And sometimes, even if it is not directly given in your lesson, but it is understood, sometimes in the other boxes they share some information. I don't know from where am I going to pick those questions, but I'll pick questions from wherever I get, from your textbook, not from outside. Okay, so it seems multiple choice questions, simple questions, single 1 mark questions, but finding an answer to those questions can be little challenging. Now, when we come to that subjective question paper, a PDF of the question paper will be shared on your numbers. You will simply have to open it and start writing answers on a piece of paper. That paper should be A4 size. Your name should be there on each page, because if you send a bunch of papers on my WhatsApp number, on any teacher's WhatsApp number, if while you are posting, somebody else also posts, then it will be mixed up. You at last say by so and so, but that is there in the file. Once those papers are sent to school and the printouts are taken, there may be a mix-up. So this will be the best practice if you write your name at each page, either on top or at bottom somewhere. Write your name or the code number or the roll number. That is very important. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so open the question
Yes, sir.
paper, start writing your answers on A4 size pages. Okay, you can do one thing before you start writing your examination. You can write your names and codes or roll numbers and class section on each page. You can do this in advance. Okay, so that while writing, you may not have to waste your time. You may not need to further waste your time or take trouble or risk of forgetting writing your name on 1 or 2 pages. So if you've already written your names on all pages, then you will be quite comfortable with that. Once you are done, take photograph, rather scan it. How many of you have? Can we write in notebooks? Again, see, if we want to keep a uniformity, if you want to keep a similarity in all submissions, then it will be most convenient if you write on papers, on pages, because it will be easier for you to scan. What happens when you open a notebook? I don't have a notebook. Let me take this textbook. Can you see this? If I write on the pages of this, suppose I've written something here and here. If I'm scanning this or I'm taking a photograph, if you place it like this on your desk, can you see the pages are a bit curved, rolled? Can you see this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And if you scan it using a mobile phone or a scanner or a camera, what happens? The photograph that comes after it scans is like this. On this side, it will be quite flat, but on this side, it will be like this. Some part will be here, hidden here. Okay. The best clarity comes when it is a page. And if it is placed on the table, what happens? If all of these are separate pages, you can keep a separate A4 size page on your desk. You can scan it and it will always be very clear. If you understand,
Okay.
if you understand this thing technically, do you agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir. But what
Yes, sir.
I have taken out pages from a notebook. So
That is one thing. Fine. See, what I mean to say is, this is another kind of paper that was another kind of paper. Whatever paper it is, if you have torn your papers from the notebook and if you are keeping those pages straight on your desk, then it will be much easier for you to scan it and it will always be straight. But if that page is in your notebook, that opened notebook can never be flattened completely.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Sir?
I'm not saying go to market and purchase those papers which are used for printing out and for photocopy and all. Take your own papers, whatever kind of paper, but it will be better if you keep a loose paper on your desk and scan it. Take the pages from your notebooks. Yes, speak.
सर वही पूछना था जो लिख दिया टिया ने.
ठीक है. I hope everybody understood this thing. Now what I was asking is how many of you have Microsoft Lens?
So I have.
Yes, sir. I have, sir.
Okay, good. Many of you have. If you have, very nice, then you know how to use it. Good. Very nice. I'm happy. Perhaps your class teacher would already have discussed with you. At last, somebody is asking what is this. So because others have all done, they can tell. Like we have many other softwares in our mobile phones which are used for scanning. This is also one. And because it is of Microsoft, so it is trustworthy. Okay, you can scan, you can convert that into PDF and you can post it. Okay. So if you don't have, download it and use it. And when I'm promoting Microsoft Lens, the Microsoft Lens company will be giving me a lot of commission because I'm asking so many students to download it. Is it so? But because you've already downloaded, so I'm not going to get anything for that. Don't use others. The thing is, see, whatever scanner you are using, I'm using Clear Scanner. I'm not using that one. I'm using Clear Scanner. Doesn't matter at all. But that one is because whatever you take, whichever software or whichever application you download in your mobile phone, everything asks you to sign in using your email ID. Every application asks you to give them so many permissions. But because we already have, see, Google and Microsoft, this kind of things, we already have so many things in our cell phones and in our computer. So we have already signed in. So because once we have already signed in, so there is no need of signing it once again. So it is safer. And it is the clarity and everything is also good. So it is suggested if you scan through that. Whatever, it was just a suggestion. Scan, convert into PDF and send it to personal number. Now, what kind of questions will be there in second section in part B? We'll have some 2-3 short answer type questions, 20 to 30 words answers of 2 marks each. Then we'll have one question at least from writing section. One question at least, maybe 2. That is, when you get the question paper, you'll come to know. Minimum 1. Okay? And it will be of 5 marks. And word limit will be 120 to 150 words. So the average length is 125, 130 words. If you write, that is enough. Okay. So one writing section question, 3 questions or 2 questions, short answer type questions of 2 marks each. Answer will be written in 20 to 30 words. Then 2 questions, long answer type. Long answer type. One will be of 5 marks. Another one will be of 5 marks or 4 marks. If we took 3 short answer type questions of 2 marks each, then it will be 6 marks. So 6 plus 5 of writing, 11 plus 5 long answer type, 16. 4 marks are remaining only. So another long answer type question will be of 4 marks. This way will be done with 20 marks. Only 4 questions. Short answer type, writing section, 2 questions, long answer type. Now, when we talk of short answer type questions, when you talk of long answer type questions, it will be completely based on your understanding, your opinion, your ideas, not on the information that you remember from the lesson. Cramming answers will not help you. What will help you is if you understood the concept, if you understood the message, if you understood the theme. Try to keep this thing in your mind. It will be completely theme based. And you would have heard a term from all of your teachers, epistemic understanding. Not the superfluous understanding, not the simple understanding on the surface. Going into the reasons, going into the causes. That will be what I'm going to ask. Okay, so only 4 questions in that subjective one, but the questions will be quite challenging. So be prepared for that challenge. Now, any doubt, anything you wish to ask? You are very clear with the format of complete question paper. Anything that you wish to discuss now? One hour and 30 minutes. That is 90 minutes. But 90 minutes for both. See, 20 marks multiple choice question paper needs 20 minutes. As soon as it is shared, the link will be shared here in the chat section. Open it, solve it, and submit it. Time for that will be 20 minutes and remaining time for writing your answers. Once you submit this, means once the time is up, I'll share the question paper on your WhatsApp. You can open and start writing. Once Google form is submitted. In the Google form, there is no second submission allowed. It is the condition. Once you submit it, you cannot go and attempt and submit it once again. It doesn't take second response. It takes first response as your final response. So before you click the button of submit, check it once. All details are there, all questions are attempted, because once it is submitted, nothing can be done. Neither you can do anything, nor can I. It will directly count your marks and it will directly give you the result. Answers are already there in that. So it will find out which one is correct and it will give the score. Nothing can be done and that score will be sent to the school. Okay. So before you submit, check it carefully. Once submitted, nothing can be done. First response is final response. And in subjective one, as soon as your time is over, writing time is over, fine, we shall let you have some more time to scan all the pages and to convert that into PDF and to post it. So definitely it will take some time, few minutes more. So those few more minutes will be allowed within that extra time. Means writing time is 1 hour and 30 minutes, fine. That will be given to you full time. After that, whatever little extra time you need will also be provided for posting, but you will have to post within that time. Anything else that you wish to ask about exam? We shall have one more period on Friday. So if something is remaining, if something is yet to be discussed, we can discuss. But it was more important for us to discuss about the format of or the type of question paper. So we are done with that. If you have doubts out of lessons or wherever, you can ask in next class also. For the time being, right now, if somebody wishes to ask, very interesting question asked. Very interesting question asked. What is that? Also, we have to open our camera. Who would like to answer this question? Who would like to answer this question? Meanwhile, let me save the attendance.
Sir, but when we will open the question paper, so the camera will be definitely off.
What बेटा?
सर जब व्हाट्सएप पे पेपर खोलेंगे अगर उसी फोन में है तो कैमरा अपने आप ऑफ हो जाता है.
आप व्हाट्सएप अपने मोबाइल फोन पे खोलने वाले हो और आप उस एग्जाम को भी मोबाइल फोन पे ही अटेम्प्ट करने वाले हो?
हाँ ऐसा मेरे साथ. हाँ यस सर.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
नहीं
Sir.
नहीं, मुझे पता है इस क्लास में मेरे ज्यादातर बच्चे जो हैं वो डेस्कटॉप से अटेंड करेंगे या लैपटॉप से अटेंड करेंगे. कुछ बच्चे हैं जो मोबाइल फोन से करने वाले हैं. डूइंग इट ऑन अ मोबाइल फोन, if you have laptop or desktop available, then mobile phone is not advisable. If you do not have desktop or laptop, then fine. ठीक है. बट गूगल फॉर्म को खोलना, उसके ऊपर उसको करना, it will be easier if you use your desktop or laptop. If you don't have, or if it is not working that day, and because of such circumstances you are doing it on a mobile phone, fine, no problem, do it. ठीक है.
So no issues of camera.
In that case, fine. In that case, fine. See, what is most important for everybody to understand is we are not going to keep a watch on you. We will not be staring at you with an eagle eye from top of the sky. I will not be soaring in the sky like an eagle and keeping a watch on everybody what you're doing. And no teacher will do that. This is your assessment and we are not going to assess you. You are getting an opportunity of assessing yourself. Okay? So even if you are doing it with a closed camera, even if you are doing it with an open book, it all depends on you. There is no SOP kind of thing. There is no rule or policy or protocol of examination that do like this or do like that. Okay? We are not going to keep a watch on you. So all honesty is yours. All understanding is yours. Because technically what you have, what is available with you, how much you can use that, what problems you are facing during the examination, this is all dependent. We all are dependent. We don't know what will technology do that day, what will internet do that day, what will your system do that day, whether your camera will work or not, whether your system or screen will work or not. We don't know. So there is no rule, no policy, no protocol, no SOP. Okay? Attempt, write your examination at your ease. If you are not able to keep your camera on, no problem. If you are not able to keep your mic on, no problem. If you are able, keep it on. If not, leave it. ठीक है?
Okay sir.
Do I need to say anything more than this? इससे ज्यादा और कुछ बोलने की जरूरत है मुझे कि ठीक है भाई जैसा
No,
हो वैसा
sir.
करते हैं। और क्या बोलूं
No,
मैं आपसे? ठीक है ना? आप अपने
Yes,
इन्विजिलेटर खुद हो. आप अपने इन्विजिलेटर खुद हो क्योंकि आप 10th क्लास के बच्चे हो.
Sir, it's 2:20 now.
ओ यस, तुम क्वेश्चंस पूछते जा रहे हो, मैं आंसर देते जा रहा हूँ. चलो लेट अस स्टॉप इट नाउ.
Yes sir.
है ना? लेट्स स्टॉप.
Thank you, sir.